it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. That's Justin's house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store highlights video, version 09152023. This is the last SSH episode before the Vancouver general availability release, if it releases on schedule, which should be next week. And we did see a little uptick in our volume. You can see on my screen here behind me, we've got 126 new or updated applications in this week's episode. Let's take a look at how that breaks down by category. We'll go ahead and select this week's episode, and we'll see we have 6 compatibility updates, 52 fixes. Now I'm going to explain where all these fixes are, and I think it has to do with Vancouver and some spokes, but after that we've got 36 highlights, 8 minor updates, 12 new releases this week, up from the past couple weeks, and 12 release notes fails. Let's jump right into the episode and knock out those compatibility updates. I can't say the word. The compatibility updates should show first if we group by category here, and let's take a look at those. Anomaly, threat stream integration, digital end user experience, guardrails, quality clouds field analysis, service operations workspace core, and UpGuard cyber risk all had updates, moving them to Vancouver or Utah compatibility. I did see some Utah compatibilities in there, so you want to make note of those. But that's what the compatibility ones were. Let's hold on the fixes for now. Let's go to the minor updates. Minor updates on this episode: BitSite for IT service management, BitSite for security performance management connector, the Kanban board component, network inventory advanced, Oracle e-business suite, Spoke dependencies, ScreenMeet, TeamViewer enterprise integration, and vBrick video on demand all had minor updates since our last episode. And then lastly, on the easy stuff to cover, the release notes fails. Release notes fails, if you haven't seen the show before, is that there is no update or there's repeated release notes. So I can't tell you what exactly changed, other than that there's an update and I don't know, something changed and they didn't bother telling us. So let's take a look at those. And yes, ServiceNow is guilty of this too. The search box, combo box, now Viz time series, decision table builder, knowledge capabilities and UI builder, net enrich connect, network inventory core, OpenText XECM Spoke or ECM and Spoke, process mining workspace components, service operations workspace alert management, service operations workspace ITOM apps, service channel facilities management, and ServiceNow remote instance spokes all were release notes fails. And that brings us to the big category here, the fixes. Let's go ahead and open that up and show you all these fixes. Now I'm just going to pull up this just so you can see Amazon VPC Spoke. I'm going to pull one of these up so you can see what I found when I was looking at these. Most of these fixes are from ServiceNow, and they are related to spokes, and they all say fixed the license requirements. So apparently there is a field on the application of record for these spokes saying whether it's licensable or not, and a lot of these spokes got updated on September 7th or thereabouts with these notes, and that's what makes up most of the fixes that you're going to see in this week's episode. But let's go ahead and cover those right now. Access Management Automation, Adobe Sign Spoke, AI Search for Next Experience, Amazon Elastic Container Service Spoke, Amazon VPC Spoke, Asana Spoke, Asset Management Common, AWS CloudFormation Spoke, AWS Elastic Beanstalk Spoke, AWS Lambda Spoke, BigFix Inventory Spoke, Consumer Service Portal, Conversational Appointment, Booking Components, Conversational Integration with Apple Messages for Business, Cornerstone Spoke, Coupa Spoke, CrowdStrike Falcon Spotlight for Vulnerability Response, Google Cloud Data Store Spoke, Google Cloud Function Spoke, Google Cloud Load Balancer Spoke. We got more: Google Cloud SQL Spoke, Google Cloud Storage Spoke, Google Cloud Virtual Network Spoke, Google Compute Engine Spoke, InfoBox Spoke, Magnet Spoke, Microsoft Azure Directory, Microsoft Azure Automation, Microsoft Azure DevOps Boards, Microsoft Azure Managed Storage, Microsoft Azure Notification Hub, Azure Resource Management, Azure SQL Database, Azure Virtual Machine Spoke, Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations Spoke, Microsoft Intune Spoke, Miro Spoke, NLU Workbench Advanced Features, One Login Spoke, Oracle EBS Spoke, and the last few here: Planned Maintenance Management, Process Mining, Recommended Actions, SAP ECC RFC Spoke version 2.0 plus a dependency file, SCCM Usage Metering Spoke, Service Graph Connector for AWS, Shift Planning for Configurable Workspace, Skills Intelligence, Twitter Spoke, UKG Spoke, Vulnerability Response Integration with Veracode, and Workplace from Facebook Spoke all had some minor fixes in this week's episode. So That was the fixed category. There was a lot of them, as you can see there. Let's kill the filters and we'll get to the good stuff now. Let's check out the new releases for this week. There were 12 of them, and we will start at the top with AppIgnite by Advanced Solutions. I hope I'm saying that right. Improve time to value and contain the cost of an app to the value it drives for your organization. Key features on the functional side: create low-code applications on a single platform. Sounds like ServiceNow. Connect processes to any data source across the organization. Improve user experience with continuous process improvement. On the technical side, create complex applications in weeks with pre-built nodes. Leverage machine learning, artificial intelligence, and robotic process automation, or RPA, they didn't abbreviate that one, to drive efficient processes and maintain and evolve applications with low-code development. They did give us some screenshots. We got a case study for the first screenshot, what you can do with ServiceNow App Engine for the second screenshot, grouping by HR, finance, government, nonprofit, retail, healthcare, and then you can see the actual use cases there in the middle for each of those applications. Next and last screenshot, I believe here, is going to be the case study. Yeah, so there's just two screenshots for this new application from Advanced Solutions Core. Next up, Complex Procurement Workflow from NovaBridge Pty Ltd, Complex Procurement Workflow. Key features on this one: automate workflows to reduce manual handling of procurement, contract management, and asset management activities. Empower customers by providing self-service services and accessible guides for a complex procurement workflow process. Streamline the complex procurement workflow decisions and approval processes. Establish deliberate and measurable procurement planning processes. And establish a framework for continuous improvement of customers' business and technical procurement processes. We've got a couple of screenshots, looks like 3 here. There is a dashboard showing a procurements tab. I've got a complex procurement request on the service portal. Looks like either a record producer or a catalog item. And then the complex procurement record. I'm going to assume this is record because I can't see the header there, but showing the different stages and the information they're collecting around this complex procurement request. So that's what's new from NovaBridge Pty Ltd. Next on our list is going to be Crowe High Value Function for Integrated Risk Management, a strategic approach to help organizations manage risk by prioritizing their most critical business functions. Key features: the ability to test multiple controls with a single assessment, HVF criteria assessment pre-built to determine if a function qualifies, and visibility into all dependencies around high-value functions. I guess that's what HVF means, high-value functions. I didn't know before. Technical features: performance analytics dashboard, scheduled review cycle. Criteria assessment is configurable based on the client and user-friendly method to map entities. They don't have any screenshots but a video, so if you're interested in that, go check out this new app from Crowe LLP. Next up, DxSherpa Data Migration Utility enables system administrators to automate data import from varied sources. Key features: data import wizard, data template management, pre-built integration for third-party ITSM. On the technical side, source data validation, pre-built transform maps, and pre-built data templates for data entities like user and group. There's no screenshots on this one as well, but there is a video if you're interested in this new application from DxSherpa Technologies PVT Ltd. Next on the list is going to be IBM Z Discovery, Z Mainframe Discovery by IBM. Oh my goodness, there's still mainframes out there. Integration between Z systems and ServiceNow via Kafka using the secured connection. ServiceNow CMDB availability for configuration items, Z systems discovered and produced in Kafka. Integration built using the capability of Flow Designer and ServiceNow platform from Kafka and transformed into CIs. I'd just like to highlight, notice they built their integration with Flow Designer, one of my favorite apps. Secured connection using the Kafka gateway service to generate token to retrieve records, easy to use configuration tables, and restricted access to ITIL users to avoid CI updation. Updation in ServiceNow. I have never seen the word updation. I don't know everything, but I like it. CI updation in ServiceNow. We'll roll with it. They do have some screenshots on this one. Let's take a look. There is the menu for IBM Z Discovery. Easy to get to because it starts with Z. I like that. Here's the, IBM mainframe ZOS LPARs, showing the models, I guess, for that, or the servers, or mainframes. I don't know. I don't know the terminology I should use here, but it says mainframe. A Kafka topic CMDB mapping, so mapping the table name and the Kafka topic name. and Kafka instances, showing the different instances that are providing that service, and back to the menuing item there. And that's what's new from IBM Global Services. Next on our list of new releases, Juniper Mist Automated Provisioning. Deliver streamlined network automation and efficiency with Juniper Mist. Let's take a look at those key features down here at the bottom. I almost read key outcomes. Got to scroll a little bit further. Leverage Mist APIs to automate day 0 and day 1 operations, including site creation in the Mist organization, name and address, site configuration by assigning the site groups, RF template, network template, and WAN template, claim network devices into the organization and assign them to the site, and this is allowing a complete and automated campus network deployment from ServiceNow. We do have some screenshots on this one. Juniper Mist properties, these are some integration settings. Connection and credential aliases, also another integration task you do. Mist site groups, so this looks specific to their connection or their integration. Mist templates, showing the different templates that can be used. And let's see, some flow actions, kind of small even for me to read. I will try to zoom in on this in post and see if we can make it a little bit bigger. Actually, I do have a little bit button here. Let's see if that makes it better. Yeah, now I can actually read it, and maybe when I zoom in, you can see all the different actions that they've created as part of this. So woohoo, more Flow Designer, I love it. Now I gotta get it out of this big screen. There we go. And next screenshot is gonna be a flow example. Okay, another big one. Let's take a look at the Juniper resource showing a 9-step flow there and all the different actions: create, order, task, wait for condition, mist, add, org, inventory. I love this. I love that you're sharing this. Thank you, the creators of this application, for being generous with the screenshots. Flow example number 2, showing a Juniper product. We'll just zoom in right there so I can zoom in and post to make sure you see all the goodness in there. Next screenshot, if there is one, is going to be the integration settings. So back to the beginning. But that's what's new from the team at Juniper Networks Incorporated. Next on the list, process mining. I missed the last part. For external data. Process mining for external data allows users to obtain comprehensive visibility into end-to-end processes that extend beyond ServiceNow. Key features, we got a list of them here. Bring your external audit data into service. Discover how your process flows automatically from your audit data. Monitor and discover inefficiencies in your processes quickly. Automated process discovery on any table. Compare processes to investigate performance differences or deviations. Analyze processes using machine learning based clustering. Quickly analyze the processes behind performance indicators and record lists. Use machine learning based automated root cause analysis to understand the influencers behind process inefficiencies. View activity transitions you define with the bottleneck analysis feature, and use the automated process inefficiency detectors for rework, ping pong, and extra step detector. I don't think I've said process so many times in a row on the show before, but let's take a look at these screenshots. We've got a workspace in Procure to Pay showing, not in Procure to Pay, this is the process mining workspace, sorry, showing the Procure to Pay process, I'm assuming there. Someone's created a process showing the goals and KPIs, paid invoices, stuff like that. Here's the external data sets that they're bringing in, since this is bringing in external data. Let's look at the fields for customer support. Looks like it's doing picking out the fields you want to import. There's the Procure to Pay setup steps for importing that information, and we're back to the workspace landing page for the summary and insights on the process mining. Looks like this is by ServiceNow, compatible with Vancouver only, but process mining for external data. All right, next on the list, Redwood Automation Connector, a new application that empowers your agents with automation for incident remediation. Let's take a look at the key features here. Import publish processes from Redwood, run my jobs, and finance automation solutions for submission from ServiceNow to allow automated tasks to be exposed to self-service portals and request workflows. Trigger processes in the Redwood, run my jobs, and finance automation solution from ServiceNow. Create ServiceNow incidents from Redwood, run my jobs, and finance automation solution with callback functionality to resolve alerts from the ServiceNow incident. Import and orchestrate ServiceNow background jobs from the Redwood, run my jobs, and finance automation platform for end-to-end orchestration and monitoring of business processes. I apologize, I'm laughing because the Redwood, it's saying that over and over again made me laugh. But let's take a look. It must be a mistake because it said Redwood Automation Center, so I don't know. All right, Redwood Automation Center connector guided setup. So we got a screenshot of the guided setup. Here's the process. Please validate the request body values. Looks like it's still setting up the integration there. Sorry, there should be one more screenshot at least. There's an incident, and down below we have the process remediation. Select remediation, accept, reject. I guess that's part of the integration there. And back to the guided setup. So that is what's new from Redwood Software Netherlands BV. Notice only one Redwood, but we'll move on to the next application, and I'm not even going to try to memorize this one. We'll wait for it to come up. SAP S/4 HANA, I'm assuming, RFC Spoke version 1.4 plus dependency file. Plus the dependency file, I don't know. This is not a new application, actually. I see right here there's other app versions. Oh no, it came out on... Okay, well, this is interesting. So it came out on the 7th and was withdrawn on the 8th and versioned, and they fixed, updated the SAP transport request files to allow integration, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's cover, since it's a new release, let's cover what the new release is. I don't have the system key features, so we will take a look here. Download and to fully advantage of the latest SAP Spoke capabilities, customers are required to import these dependency files into the system before using the Spoke. Okay, so this is the dependency files for the Spoke. I think there's another application. And so this is basically saying follow these instructions and a KB article from ServiceNow. So looks like this is the dependencies for the Spoke. Do I have the Spoke in the list here? I don't. I think the Spoke is in the updates or something, the highlights maybe. So put an earmark on that. We'll go to the next new application here, Service Graph Connector for Microsoft Defender, integration for Microsoft Defender device visibility. This is an Innovation Lab offering. I just noticed that. I didn't notice it earlier. So you cannot put this in production, and it is not supported, nor does it carry any warranties. Basically, it's beta. Key features, visibility on MS Defender devices. So not very descriptive there. And that's it. That's all the description we have. So that's it. Service Graph Connector for Microsoft Defender. Next on the list, T-Systems. Ambika Charging Station Management System. Elevate the e-mobility market through automated seamless integration and end-to-end consultancy. We do have key features on this one. Project management capability for station rollout and station operations, incident handling, operations automation, digital construction file, charge point management, load management / smart charging, predictive maintenance, document management per site. On the technical side, works with multiple existing backend systems for EMSP services, billing, roaming, RFID admin, simple and fast onboarding, intelligent dashboards for various personas in EV ecosystems, and an integration hub interface to applications. No screenshots on this one, but that's what's new from T-Systems International. Next and last on our list of new releases is going to be Wipro, or Wipro, no one's corrected me yet, no one's left me a comment. CyberTransform Intelligent Risk and Security. Achieve continuous monitoring, enhanced visibility, and scalability security, all streamlined for the modern enterprise. Key features on this application: control risk exposure, use continuous monitoring and real-time dashboards to get information about high-risk areas, non-compliance, vendor status, and audit findings, automatically prioritize vulnerabilities. On the technical side, scale security solutions to specific threat responses. SecOps applications allow you to scale your security solution to meet your business needs and respond to the specific cyber threats you face, and know where your threats are and quickly prioritize. No screenshots on this last application, and that's end of our new releases. Next up, we're going to jump into the highlights, and I'm going to have to open those separately here, and we will start with the Amazon S3 Spoke. This particular Spoke was updated to version 1.2.0, and in this one they added upload ServiceNow attachment to S3, upload file to bucket v2 to return an e-tag, fix the license requirements like all those other Spokes, and remove the deprecated upload ServiceNow attachment to S3 or upload file to a bucket action. Alright, let's see. Next on our list of highlights is going to be the Amazon SNS Spoke, updated to version 1.1.0. 2 new actions: publish message to topic and publish batch messages to topic, and they've also got the license requirements fixed. Next on the list of Book and Pay was updated to version 3.6.2, and in this one they have a new booking UI, check-in page for candidates, bulk disable slots, NMC batch photo PDF export, and some bug fixes. Alright, next on our list is going to be Calendar Component. Calendar Component was updated to version 23.1.0, and the bug fixes for this one were more than just a few. Timeline loading issues, issue with event spanning updates after changing current Mexico Baja Sur time zone. I hope I said that right. Calendar events overlapping and alignment issue, calendar event context menu options hide show issue, and non-blocking mark spans display issue in calendar view. Next on our list of updates, Cisco PLS or Partner Lifecycle Service and Support. It gets me every time. Updated version 2.0.3. Enable routing for local language tax centers using a new system property. Partners can now enable support for routing to local language tax centers, enable virtual room capability, and fix ticket response visibility restrictions. In this version. Next up on the list, Cisco WebEx Meeting Spoke was updated to version 2.3.1. Remove the deprecated 4 actions due to end-of-life announcements from Cisco WebEx. Get user activity, remove user, and look up event stream. Cisco announced the deprecation of their SOAP APIs and published new REST APIs. You can find the replacement actions for the deprecated actions here in the Cisco WebEx Team Spoke. Next on the list, Cisco WebEx Team Spoke, we were just talking about, updated to version 2.3.1, new delete person and lookup meeting stream, and they removed the deprecated lookup meetings or list_meetings. Next on the list, CMDB CI class models, updated to version 1.49.0, and in this one there are new attributes to CMDB CI IBM mainframe LPAR, IBM frame, ICI LPAR instance that identify the configuration of mainframes and LPARs. If you remember back to the new releases, we saw the Z mainframe that from IBM, so I wonder if this is related to get those class models in so they could release that application. Also, new IRE rule or Identity and Reconciliation rule to CMDB CI hardware, site, network link, network circuit, VM object, IP address, network port, network adapter, and CI service. All of them have a new related rule using the inventory category field in the TNI or Telecom Network Inventory entity table and Kong API related classes. Next on our list of highlights, CrowdStrike Falcon endpoint for security operations, updated to version 1.2.0, and it adds support for mapping events to the SIR MITRE attack card. Not sure why I left this in the highlights, probably really a minor update, but we'll move on. Next up, CyberArk EPM plugin manual request, updated to version 1.4.3, and in this one, updates on the stability for the plugin and improved criteria for duplicate requests processing. Sorry I didn't highlight what I was reading there, but that's what I was reading. Next on the list, data model for SBOM or Software Bill of Materials, if you hadn't heard about that already, updated to version 1.0.4. Display name is a new field on the BOM component table. The display name field uses the name and version as the displayed value of a component. Next on our list is going to be DxSherpa Trust Life Cycle Manager, updated to version 1.1.0, and in this one they added a dashboard page, allowed the renew action for central certificates, added a pull down menu that lets the admin choose DxSherpa 1 environments, production stage and location specific, and allowed enabling profiles for user roles. There's also some bug fixes in this one. They fixed the role-based functionality, fixed the shift of profiles table, fixed the flash on the certificate request page, fixed an incorrect value shown in the place of email, fixed an incorrect value for issuing a CA, fixed an issue during enrollment, and fixed issue where deleted suspended profiles were not removed when the user selected sync profiles. So lots of updates in that one, still a minor release. Next up, Digital Portfolio Management was updated to version 4.1.3, and in this one they added support for process mining on service portfolios, taxonomy nodes, and services, fixed an issue with missing data on taxonomy node screens when the Service Portfolio Management Estimated Spend plugin is installed. So that's what's new for Digital Portfolio Management. Next up, Discovery Admin was updated to version number 9.5.0, and in this one there were some minor enhancements, performance improvements, and deeper insights. Improves the troubleshooting capability based on collective learnings across different ServiceNow Discovery customers. Next on our list of highlights, Fujitsu Stanza was updated to version number 1.8.1. This includes a shortcut actions to copy existing sales orders and purchase orders to create new orders. Next on the list, GRC Operational Resilience? Yeah, Operational Resilience updated to version 17.0.0, and they fixed planned ACL changes for Operational Resilience, fixed the no table found error, and fixed new buttons in business services for parent and child services that were not creating relationships in Utah and Vancouver. Next on our list is Logic Monitor Data data exchange, they were updated to version number 2.0.0. Changes to payload sending logic in order to better maintain chronological order, and exploiting CMDB relationships is now a native part of the product, and some bug fixes there on this application. Next on the list, major security incident management was updated to version number 2.2.3, and they added usage metrics to capture MTTR, or mean time to resolve, for major security incidents. Next on the list, planned work management was updated to version 1.3.1, and in this version they fixed suppressed schedule occurrences, search in calendar, right-click actions, populating CI on planned work records, and populating right table for install base plans. Last on this page of highlights, I think we're looking at highlights, is playbooks for customer service management, updated to version 4.0.2, and in this one includes the following fixes: uptake of the form controller for the add new task UI action in dynamic related records, and removal of the request approval and approval received UI actions from the case form on the core UI. Let's go to our second page of highlights. We'll start with Rapid7 integration for security operations was updated to version 13.9.1. And in this one, they have some new features. Starting with this version, vulnerability solutions are ingested with the Rapid7 data warehouse integration and associated with vulnerable items. Next on the list is Salesforce Spoke. That was updated to version number 2.2.0. In this one, they fixed the get related records flow action. They're unable to update order record in Salesforce, and changing all the metadata actions from active true to false, and changing name to the standard name. So next up on the list, SBOM Core, or like we said earlier, Software Bill of Materials Core, updated to version 1.0.8, and they added the BOM or Bill of Materials entities related list on the component forum. You can see all the BOM entities that component is used in on this related list, and they fixed you can manually upload BOM documents as expected. I hope that doesn't pick me up saying the other BOM, but anyways, SBOM Response was updated to version number 2.0.6, and in this version, data model supports the vulnerability intelligence use case. Discovered application and SBOM component are two new fields displayed on the AVI form. Mark as false positive and request exception are supported on AVIs in the SBOM workspace, and fewer fields are supported in the condition builder for AVI creation rules in the SBOM workspace. Alright, next on our list of highlights, Schedule for You was updated to version number 2.4.5, and in this version, a new role has been added to the application, Self-Planner role. A new field is introduced on the event pop-up, which replaces the previous short description. People with the .user role are now able to edit the additional information field on generic and task events themselves, and a new property has been added to align the clicking behavior with those of the planners. So that's what's new for Schedule for You. Next on the list, Security Incident Response was updated to version 13.2.2, and this one they added usage metrics to capture MTTR, or mean time to resolve, for security incidents. So similar like we saw with the major security incident workspace, or major security incident application. Next up, Service Graph Connector for Microsoft Intune was updated to version 2.3.0, and they've added upgraded Microsoft Intune APIs to version 1.0, added the support for government Intune APIs, supported the new connection framework, fixed the software removal logic when the connection failed, and fixed the empty data loader issue for multi-instance connection. Next up, ServiceNow Enterprise Asset Management was updated to version number 5.0.2, and this one, after EAM is installed, user is blocked from entering Work Management module on the Enterprise Asset Workspace. I should mention these are fixes. Performance issues in assets and models, bulk import operation on disposal or resale, Enterprise Asset Manager cannot perform advanced shipment notifications actions, user with the Enterprise Asset Technician role only and without WM agent role is unable to view the asset task in the Asset Estate module, and additional demo data has been added. Next on our list is Shift Planning. Shift Planning was updated to version number 6.1.4, and in this one they fixed on-call time off not getting displayed up on the proposed cover agent calendar. Leave request description of others was visible to all Shift Planning users, and save buttons was not getting enabled while editing, meeting, and training. It was really weird to say all that out loud, but that's what's new from the Shift Planning application. Next up, Ship Ease Core was updated to version number 1.2.0, and in this one they introduced hold at location capability, an initial release of shipment management dashboard showing number of shipments, dollars spent, delayed shipments, and shipments delivering this week. Residential, does it say delivering this week? Man, everybody's trying to get me to mess up the pronunciation. I just went right through it. Residential address identification for ship to and ship from addresses, and miscellaneous enhancements and bug fixes. Next on our list is Terraform. Terraform is updated to version number 2.3.0. And in this one, ServiceNow Catalog Terraform 2.3.0 updates include a solution for duplicate workspace names and new catalog items, enabling users to update Terraform workspaces and redeploy infrastructure with new configurations. Update workspace with variables, update resources, and update resources with variables. Next on the list, TSI Detect was updated to version number 3.0.1, still an Innovation Lab offering, but there are new CIs are now clustered by CI type and metric type, and one model is trained per cluster instead of per CI. Scheduling for batch prediction request jobs. They changed create retraining request jobs before scheduled job. TSI Detect schedule training request. Reduce the amount of logs. They fixed misalignment of anomaly results between batch and cascade predictions, and fixed calculation of anomaly score / attributions for cascade predictions. Next, vBrick Video Connector was updated to version 1.1.0, and in this one, the widget for Service Portal Pages, or vBrick Event widget for Service Portal Pages, and I'm guessing they added that, and View Context added to widgets, and video content links. Yeah, so it looks like they've added this in this new minor release. Next on the list, VMware Workspace 1 ITSM connector was updated to version 4.0.0, and in this one, device experience and performance overview within the ServiceNow incident management page, troubleshooting of support issues with access to device details, application profile and certificate management through Workspace 1 EUM. Am I reading? One all within the ServiceNow incident. Ability to manage tags and an ability to or additional UEM device actions. I'm not going to read all that to you, but a major release from the VMware team. Next on the list, vulnerability response was updated to version number 19.0.7, and in this one, if the data model for SBOM app is already installed, display name is a new field on the BOM component table. This field uses the name and version for the displayed value of a component. If the SBOM core app is installed, the BOM entities related list is displayed on the component form. You can see all the BOM entities that this component is used on this related list, and if the SBOM response app is installed, the data model supports the vulnerability intelligence use case. Changed. Vulnerability response core, the discovered application and SBOM component fields are displayed on the application vulnerable item record. And they fixed if the SBOM core app is installed, you can now manually upload BOM documents as expected. Next and the last on our list of highlights is the Zscaler Digital Experience, which was updated to version 3.0.0, and it contains integrations to show ZDX summary, alert impact, and impacted users sections in incident form, or in the incident form. And that's it. That's our list of highlights. We've gone through a lot in this episode. Let's take one more peek. We just went through 12 new releases, 36 highlights, 6 compatibility updates, and 8 minor updates, 52 fixes, and 12 release notes fails. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what got updated in the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.